Hey gorgeous, Abiola here, and today we're going to be talking about how to promote your book and get it out into the world. And the cool thing is that most of the tips that I'm going to be sharing, you can also use to promote your course too. If we're just meeting for the first time, I'm the founder of womanifesting.com and the Spiritpreneur Visibility Lab for coaches, healers, and creatives, and the upcoming Spiritpreneur Visibility Book Lab for authors and future authors to be seen and heard and launch movements around your big ideas. All right, so let's get started. So I got this message from one of my Instagram peeps. If you and I are not Instagram peeps already, come hang with me. Let's be fam at Abiola TV. All right. So anyway, at Deborah J, or it may be pronounced, I'm not sure if it's Deborah or Deborah, at Deborah J at I am Deborah J, or I am Deborah J on Instagram. She sent me this message. She said, I will be releasing my third book. Yes, sis, do it. She said, this book is truly dear to me. I've spent 3 years working on it. This book promotes living in your truth and healing. Yes. She said, I wanted to know if you have any advice on creating a good book release, press, promo, giveaways, etc. I respect your craft and your journey and would appreciate any advice you have to give. Oh my goodness, I have so much to say about this. I'm going to share with you some of the book release tips that I have in the Author in a Box kit, and that will be a part of the Spiritpreneur Book Lab. First of all, let's just give a shout. Let's give a moment. Let's give some love to our goddess sister, Goddess Deborah. You are doing the damn thing, and I am so proud of you, sis. Everybody go follow her. We're all going to read your book and buy your book. One of the first things that you want to do is think about your book as a movement, okay? So this is for everybody who's watching. You're not just launching a book. You're not just launching a course. You are launching a movement. You're launching a way to empower, to uplift, to inspire, to entertain. And so that is no small thing in this world of grief and strife. So you are doing something powerful and special, and so treat it as such. One of my pet peeves is when people just say, oh, here's my course, or oh, here's my book, which clearly that's not what this goddess is going to do. But you want to make sure that you give this book the launch that it deserves. And so what you've got to do is you've got to think of your launch in phases. Excuse the New York traffic. You've got to think of it as before the book even comes out, you're going to have a pre-launch and an education phase where you're going to allow your audience to get to know you. And in my programs, we call this building a Spiritpreneur author funnel. But you want to give your audience a chance to know you, a chance to love your work, a chance to be energized and excited about what you have to say, so that by the time the book comes out, what? They are book clubbing around it. They are supporting it. They're leaving reviews, and they are ready for the next one. Okay. So I'm about to hit you off with 28 really super fast tips. As you can see, I'm talking faster than I normally do. It's because I'm hungry. Let me get some water. Woo! Okay, so I didn't want to let your message linger anymore in my inbox because it's been there for a while. So I wanted to hit you off with these tips so that you can go on, promote your book, and get it out into the world. All right. So here we go. 28 tips to be able to have high visibility for this amazing book of yours. Okay, so number 0, ground zero, before we get to this, is, like I said, an author funnel. And maybe I'll do that in a different video because it's an involved thing, but I just wanted to make sure that you are aware of it. Okay, so some of these tips will seem super obvious to someone like Goddess Deborah, who is on her third book, but I wanted to include things that were super obvious and things that were lightning in a bottle so that there was a range no matter where you are on your book journey. Okay, so number 1, submit your book to Goodreads Goddess Deborah knows this. I'm sure her books are all over Goodreads. If you're a new author, Goodreads, Goodreads, Goodreads. Remember what I said about treating your book already like you want people to book club around it, you want them to rally around it? Goodreads is a great place to be able to do that, okay? And you want to use all of the tools. Goodreads is actually now, I think, owned by or in partnership with Amazon, which is perfect. So you want to use all of the tools. Everywhere you ever see, when you post something that says, leave a description, describe your book, have a detailed bio about you. Think about Google, okay? Someone right now is Googling for your book, except they've never heard of your book and they've never heard of you, but they're Googling for a solution to their problem. They're Googling for a solution to their issue. So those are the key words that they're going to type in. So you want to make sure before you even promote the book, that these key words are in your book description so that when people are Googling and looking for you, that they find your book and find the solution, or folks who are doing a course, they find what you have. Got it? Okay, good. Number 2, create a book video or book trailer. Again, I am sure that Goddess Deborah already has this. It doesn't have to be something that costs a lot of money. It can be something very, very simple depending on what your book is about. If, for example, there is, in my my first book, Dare, I think there was a place where the characters were really into a fake New York restaurant that I made up that was in the book. It was an inspirational novel. And so I could, as a trailer or as a promotional piece for that book, go into my kitchen and cook whatever it was that they're eating and start to share those kinds of things. Or if you have a cookbook or something like that, you see, you could do things like create a video that is, one author that I know, she had Goddess Renee Daniel Flagler. She had her peeps, which I was one of them, be in an event and act out the different parts in the book, like in a scene, and then film it. And that was her trailer. If you have the money to be able to afford it, you can have a professional trailer made. But at the very least, we can have you talking about the book and sharing about the book. All right? Video is always powerful. All right. Number 3. Good old press releases still do work in terms of people using Big Daddy Google to be able to find you, like I was talking about. So write a press release about the book, but also about the book release. This is where you want to pull in any kind of connection that you have, things that are related to the book. If it's part of related to a company. If you were a Girl Scout when you were a kid, or your mom sold Amway or Avon or whatever, try to find related things where you could tie into prospective audiences. So for example, I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So that is my sisterhood. So I have presumably a built-in audience by being able to use those networks in order to promote the book. You see what I'm saying? And it could be anything like my aunt, I have family members who are Masons. Think about what your relations and connections are and the possibilities for promotion. All right. I'll have to talk about that in more detail in maybe another video, but a press release can lead to those kinds of organizations inviting you to come and speak to their group or do something on their website about your book, especially if you send it to them. All right. Okay. Number 4. You can start a podcast that's specifically related to your book. And it could be a limited time podcast that is all just about this book. It could be a 6-week podcast series. It could have interviews, or it could be just you. It could be something specifically around the topic of the book. And to give it even more promotional juice in iTunes and on other places, name it after the book. The late, great Dr. Wayne Dyer, who I loved, who was, they called him one of the fathers of motivation. He was a personal development guru. He had a show on an internet radio show on HeyHouse.com. And every season he would change the name of the show to whatever his current book was that he was promoting. And I was like, you sly dog, Dr. Wayne Dyer. Because he wouldn't even, announce it. He'd be like, all right, now, say, one book was named, I can't remember right now any of the names, but you know, whatever the name was, he would suddenly just be like, hey, welcome to the such and such show. And it would be named after his book. Okay. All right, good. Number 5, blog about it. Yeah. Blogs still count. Blogs still matter. So you want to have on your website a specific blog. I remember with my first book that I wrote like a mini blog that was like, you know, maybe about 6 posts that were like the character keeping a diary. That works for fiction. We're talking here about nonfiction, but having articles and content specifically around your topic is really important. And then you don't want it to just sit on your blog. Okay, you want to think in terms of, for every piece of content that you create, multitasking. Let that content work for you. So pull a quote from it and bam, that's on Instagram. Make a video about that topic. Take a piece of it and put it on Facebook. Take it and pin it on Pinterest. Tweet out quotes from it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, good. All right, number 6, the list. The power is in the list. Email is dying, but it's not quite dead yet. So if you don't already have a list, you want to be building a list so that you can email them and let them know that this book is coming. If there's a way for you to do pre-sales, if you have pre-sales available where people before the book can even come out can be able to start reading the book or start pre-ordering the book, that is really great because it shows all of the algorithms anywhere that this is something to watch. Okay, this is something to be interested and excited about. And yes, Amazon, bn.com, the bookstore sites do have algorithms, okay? All right, that was number 6. Number 7, create a mobile app related to your book. Yes, you could create an app that is related to your book. Say you're doing a fitness book, you would create a fitness app, a cooking book, a cooking app. You know, it could be an app that is affirmations, you know, daily devotional app, something that's specific about your book that people can download and be able to take with them. And if there's, you know, your voice is involved, maybe we can listen to it while we're working out or something like that. Package it up and make it easy for us and easy for people to be excited about and share about it. Make it all shareable. Everything has to be easily shareable. All right. Number 8. Start a Facebook group about the subject of your book. So she said that her book was, let me see. I think she said that it was, I feel like, whatever she said, it came out that it was basically motivational. She used other words. But start a Facebook group that's specifically related to that topic. Number 9, start a Pinterest board specifically about your book's topic. So, for example, with every retreat that I'm doing, that I've done over the past, Bali, Belize, Paris, etc., I start a Pinterest board on my Pinterest account specific to that retreat. So with my last retreat, which was the Goddess of Paris Miracles and Manifesting retreat, I had, you know, some tweets that were specifically about meditation because there was going to be meditation at the retreat. But then I also had tweets that were related to French food and related to dancing the cabaret and Josephine Baker because she had a relationship with Paris, you see? And I'll be doing the same for my 2020 retreat, which is in June 2020 in New York, the Goddess Unmasked retreat and Liberation Summer Camp. I'll be adding to the to my Pinterest board things about, like, you know, adult summer camp, things about dealing with your shadow beliefs and peeling that off and being your authentic self, being able to stand in your power and be truly visible, to be able to be seen and heard, to be able to overcome the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from being yourself. You see, so that's what my board will look like. What will yours look like? Because this is a board that you want people also to be able to be excited about, you know, repinning the content that you have. And, you know, if it's a joint board where they can post content as well, you know, that could be interesting depending on what your topic is. So definitely think about that. Okay, which was that? Was that number 9? I think that was number 9. If I skipped any, we'll see them at the end. Number 10. Okay. Join other group boards on Pinterest that are focused on your topic. So Pinterest, and also the same for LinkedIn and other places, just like Facebook has, you know, groups, they have group boards. LinkedIn has groups. Now, it won't be relevant for every niche, LinkedIn or Pinterest, but if it's relevant to your niche, your space, definitely do that. Water break. Okay, number 11. Create an infographic about your subject. I love creating infographics because they are so shareable. So if you go to womanifesting.com and search infographic, tons of them come up. I share them on Facebook. I share them on Pinterest because I share them on my blog. People like to reshare them, and that's what you want. People spreading your content. That's how you turn your mission into a movement. That was 11. Number 12, speaking of Facebook, you could start a Facebook page specifically about your book, depending on your book, depending on if you already have a Facebook business page. I currently already have a Facebook business page and a group, so I would promote to those. But if you don't, starting something specific to your book is a must. All right. Number 13, speaking of Facebook, use Facebook ads. Facebook ads to promote, and what? Promote. Because Facebook, which also owns Instagram, is not going to show folks all your content. Even though people said, hey, I want to follow her. I want to know what she's doing. They're like, nope, pay me. And that's fine. So run those ads if you want to get the word out. All right. Number 14. You can join a pre-existing Twitter chat or create your own about your book. So say your book is about meditation and say that Tuesday nights, meditation chat happens on Twitter. You can join, and you're not going to join and keep saying, hey, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Oh, don't do that. Do not appear in other people's comments. Advertising yourself like that is tacky and low class. And well, I don't want to say low class, but it's tacky. You don't want to do that. You want to promote, add value to the conversation, and then people are going to say, wow, who's that? Let me see who she is. Oh, okay, yes, she has a book coming out. I want to read her book. Okay, add value, add value, add value, add value. All right, number 15. Again, if I skip any, they'll come out at the end. Host a cover competition. So there are sites already that exist, like 99 Designs. Don't get scared if you see my cat jump up anywhere. There are sites like 99 Designs where you can go in and do a little competition for people to create your cover. But these are also things that you can do to promote your book in the pre-launch. So you can put the word out to your audience. Hey, you can also do this for book titles. Hey, I need your help coming up with the title of my book. What do you think? And you can put out a poll and see what people think. You can share with them, hey, do you like book cover 1, 2, and 3? And then we, as your audience, we feel really, really invested in it. And so that's something really, really exciting to do. And also, you know what your audience is thinking and wanting from you. All right? Okay, good. Number 16. Donate copies to your local library. Oh my God, yeah, libraries still exist. They really do. And I have had, events, readings, spoke at libraries. Yeah, they all still exist. And because so many of us don't know they exist, they are hungry for content. So be a contributor and contribute your book to the library. Go take a picture of it on the bookshelves. Share that. Share every single thing that you're doing, because that is also content. Okay. All right, good. Number 17, send review copies to book bloggers. Yeah, there are tons of people who are book bloggers and they're waiting to write about your book. Some of them will be writing specifically about your subject, but some of them may be writing about related subjects. So make sure that you do your research and, email them, ask if you could send a copy of the book, and then email them a copy of the book. Like, how awesome and exciting to be able to have their feedback that may lead to book blurbs for you, that they're going to be linking back to your book, which is going to give your book more Google juice. Google is going to be saying, wow, okay, the Google algorithm, this is a book that we need to check out. The more links the more people are linked to it. So do that. Okay. Send review copies to bloggers. Okay. Number 18. Oh, and also if there are podcasts that are specifically review books in your space, do the same. All right. Number 18. Guest blogging and guest posting is huge. OPP, I talk about all the time. Other people's platforms, use it. Okay. All right. Number 19. This is basic, but create a hashtag around your book and use it. And encourage other people to use it as well when they're sharing and promoting about your book. let's see, number 19, let's see, 20, 20, 20, we're almost there. Make use of your Kindle free days. As of this recording, it could change, stuff changes all the time, but if you use KDP Select to publish on Amazon, they give you 5 free days. Make sure that you use them. Or if those are no longer in existence, by the moment you watch this, use whatever free tools are available via Kindle, okay? All right, good. That's important because Amazon wants things that make them feel more like a community. And so if you are helping with that, if you're making your book easily lendable for people who have subscribed to be able to borrow books on Kindle, etc., then that's great for them and they're going to promote your book. Okay? All right, so 8 more to go, 8 more to go. Number 21, if you don't have a website at all already, create a website for your book. If you have a website, create a page for your book. Put your book in the menu, put your book on the front page, promote, promote, promote. Okay, so that people see your book and they see you and that they know that you're the person they want to talk to about this subject, that you are the guru for them. Okay, good. All right, let me see. And along those lines, let me just also add, be authentic. Be authentic. Be who you are. Like you see me here, standing here as my weird self, hungry, thirsty, quickly giving these tips. Know that I'm talking New York fast, but it is what it is, you know? And if I was doing anything different, I wouldn't be me. So be you. All right. Number 22. 22, where are you? If only you could see my handwriting now. 22, where are you? All right, let me go on and then we'll come back to, oh, here it is. 22. So you can plan a book tour, a virtual book tour and a regional book tour. That deserves its own video, but that still matters. That's still awesome. I remember, no, it wasn't with my last book, Sacred Bombshell Handbook of Self-Love, but going to Detroit on book tour, and they were still the nicest people. So awesome. So a regional and a virtual book tour, which you could do from your couch. Okay. All right, good. All right. Number 23. Offer to speak in front of relevant groups. Now, we touched on that a bit at the beginning, but there are relevant groups that want and need to hear you. If your book is college friendly, oh my goodness, there are student unions all around the country that want you. Let them know about you. Get out there. Have a speaker one sheet ready to go. Okay, we're on 22 minutes. Let me go. Let me hurry up. Okay, so number 22, number 23. Number 24, I feel like I'm calling people 24, now serving 24. Come get your cheese in the supermarket or wherever. Okay, number 24, arrange a reading at a bookstore or library. They all still exist. We talked about that. Number 25 is a feed off of that. Sign copies of your book at independent bookstores. So a friend of mine who worked in a bookstore, who I actually met on a book reading at Barnes & Noble in Brooklyn on Court Street, put me onto this and said, sign all these books, girl, because if you sign the books, we cannot return them. So we're going to have to sell them by hook or by crook. So sign books at indie bookstores. Also, indie bookstores love your support. I have done a lot of book events at indie bookstores like Sisters Uptown Bookstore in Harlem and Blue Stocking Bookstore. Those are both women-friendly bookstores, women-centric bookstores. Blue Stockings Bookstore in the Village in New York. And indie bookstores, oh my goodness, they deserve your love. Yes, they do. All right, so that's number 24 and that's number 25. Oh, we're almost there. Let's see. Coming chickpeas. I'm coming to join you. Let's see. Number 26. Facebook Live is your friend. Facebook loves Facebook Live. And so does your audience. If your audience is not on Facebook, then Instagram Live. Same idea. Do it. Number 27. Podcasts. And, podcasts and old school radio. Yeah, old school radio still exists. It's still there. And I live in New York, so I don't get to, I'm usually, if I'm in a car, it's an Uber, and they usually have satellite radio or Lyft or something like that. And so the other day I was in the car with somebody and they turned on the radio and I was like, yes, old school radio. It's still there. And a lot of them want to interview you. Okay. And number 28. Last but most certainly not least, And the most simple of all, give away a free chapter. So if you're wanting to build your list and have people sign up to be able to, work with you afterward on some kind of a program, that's a whole different video, how to turn your book into a brand and into a business. Definitely have people be able to get a free chapter. Woo! All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you don't have any questions, just let me know what the name of your next book will be, and head over to richgoddess.club to take my free visibility masterclass. All right, goddesses, hope that was especially helpful to Goddess. I am Deborah J. I'm proud of you, sis, and I can't wait to read your book. Be seen, be heard, be an amazing movement. Namaste, goddesses. Bye.